Top of the morning. Wu brother number one coming at you. It's the Wu adjudicator. I was asked by one of the gods and one of the earths, what do I think about boundaries and do you think they should exist in relationships? Absolutely. Absolutely. Personal boundaries help to define each individual by outlining their likes and dislikes and setting the distances that ones allow others to approach. Now, this is not easy. This is a real skill because each party, male or female, to some extent, wind up losing themselves in the other party. So, but if you set these boundaries, it becomes easier for you to stand by them. But once you start doing it, you never set them, man, that's like what you the conversation to come out of that is, why you want to change it? You've been doing always before. What's the difference now? See what I'm saying? But if you had those boundaries and standing on them, it would be as hard to approach. You got to remember, I believe boundaries are essential to a healthy relationship. Now, I'm not saying that means it's not going to be any problems because you got boundaries. There's always problems. But setting the boundaries, man, how do I want to put this? You can set them, but you have to also know how to communicate it between you and your partner. If you don't know how to communicate it, ain't no sense in you setting these boundaries. And you have to let the other party know too. It's not about respecting that person's needs and not respecting your own. That's a road you don't even want to get on. Respecting the others or not respecting yours first, you'll lose yourself. You'll lose yourself. So what is key? But I always told my girl and my boy, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. That's not a boundary. That's not a boundary. Telling people who they need to be in the presence of you, that's not a boundary. You guys mixed up what boundaries is. So, okay, how do I choose a boundary? Well, when someone shows up in your space and you've talked to them about you don't want this or want that, stand on it and don't waver. That don't mean you don't have integrity. That don't mean you ain't loving me. Stand on what you all two both talked about and you won't have these problems. I guarantee you. Okay, so you went all over the place. What would be the mathematics and the science on this one? The only people who get upset about you setting boundaries are the ones who are benefiting from you having none. And that's the Wu. Trust the process.